Hello, Assalamualaikum. This is our group project for TAX667 presented by our group. My team consists of 4 members, which is me, Azlina, Nur Khalida, Dayang Nur Hanimatul, and Nur Arif Shah. This is our list of content for tax audit. There are 6 lists, which is first, introduction, objective of tax audit, types of tax audit process, right and responsibilities, and the last one, offense and penalties. What is tax audit? Tax audit is the primary activity of the Inland Revenue Board of Malaysia. It is aimed at enhancing voluntary compliance with the tax laws and regulation under Income Tax Act 1967. Hence, a taxpayer can be selected for an audit at any time. An examination of taxpayer, business records and financial affairs to ascertain that the right amount of income should be declared and the right amount of the tax should be calculated and paid accordance with the law and regulation. Objective of tax audit: ensure that the correct amount of income has been reported and the right amount of tax has been paid in accordance with the tax law and regulations. Ensure that the higher tax compliance rate is achieved under the self-assessment system and encourage voluntary compliance with the law and regulation. Educate and create awareness of taxpayer towards their right and responsibility under the provision of income tax. There are 2 types of tax audit, which is desk audit and field audit. This audit conducted at IBRM office, and for field audit are conducted at IBRM office or taxpayer premise or any other agreed by both parties. This audit, they are review for examination of all income and expenditure information as well as the various types of claims which are made by the taxpayer in the income tax return form. For field audit, is more on focusing on reviewing the business records. This audit, the taxpayer will be informed through the field audit notification letter as a part of a normal process of commencing the field audit. For field audit, in the case of sole proprietor and partnership business, if the business record is incomplete, the review may involve a review or examination of taxpayer non-business records such as personal bank statement. The taxpayer will be given 14 notice prior to a field audit.
Hi everyone, my name is Nur Khalida Ikhlas binti Abbas. Today I will present an overview of the audit process, which includes 6 main steps. The first audit process is audit venue. Audits can take place as either a desk audit at the IRBM office or a field audit at the taxpayer's business premise. If the business premise are unsuitable, taxpayers may suggest alternative locations with IRBM's approvals. The second audit process is audit commencement. Taxpayers are notified of audits through a formal letter, typically providing a 14-day notice. In some cases, with mutual agreement, this notice can be shortened. The IRBM also confirms the visit via a phone call. If needed, taxpayers can request a deferral for valid reasons. The third audit process is the visit. The visit applies specifically to field audits and begins with an interview. This allows auditors to understand the taxpayer's business, discuss the audit, and review accounting and record-keeping system. The person managing the records may also be interviewed. The fourth audit process is record examination. During the audit, Officers review business records, inspect stocks, and verify claims. Time-barred records are excluded. Tough additional documents may be requested for sole proprietorship or partnership. The fifth and the last audit process is audit time frame and the settlement of audit. Typically for audit time frame, field audits last to 2 to 3 days, but this may extend based on factors like the size of business, the complexity of records, and the level of cooperation from the taxpayers. Finally, the settlement of audit. The audit concludes with a discussion of findings and resolution of any outstanding issues. In summary, the audit process ensures compliance with maintaining fairness and transparency. Thank you.
Next is the right and responsibility. The rights and responsibility for related parties, which is Inland Revenue Board Malaysia, which is the audit staff, taxpayer and tax agent or representative. The first parties is Inland Revenue Board Malaysia, which is the audit officer. The responsibility is audit officer must adhere to rules and codes of ethics. Identification of an audit officer, which each audit officer is issued with an authority card bearing his name and photograph. Taxpayer advised to check with the branch director of IRBM if they have been dubbed on the authenticity of audit officer. Audit officer prohibited to having any personal or financial interest in the business of a taxpayer being audited. Second, recommending to taxpayer that a certain tax agent be appointed as the tax agent for the audit case. And the third one is abusing his position or power in carrying out his duties. The second one is taxpayer. Taxpayer responsibility to be cooperative, well-mannered, fair, honest, and with integrity. And second, to provide reasonable facilities and assistance to enable the audit officer to carry out his duties. And the third one is to cooperate in providing complete response to all the queries. Taxpayer prohibited to give any form of gift, payment to the audit officer, and obstructing or hindering the audit officer in exercise of his functions. The third one is tax agent or representative. They are responsible to taxpayer can request for his tax agent to be present during an interview. Second, taxpayer appoints a new tax agent to handle his audit case. He should submit a copy of the letter of appointment. And the third one is tax agent duties to be professional with integrity, honesty, safeguard the confidentiality. Tax agent or representative is prohibited to giving wrong advice to taxpayer and collaborating with the taxpayer to avoid paying the correct amount of taxes. Second, delaying the work of a tax audit or acting irresponsibility towards his entrust duties. And the third one is offering any form of gift to the audit officer.
Okay, let's continue. My name is Nur Arifsa Fatin Khairunisa binti Saleh. Today I want to present about assessment and penalties. Under statement of tax, a penalty will be imposed under section 113 subsection 2 of paragraph 44B in brackets 6 and B of the investment tax allowance. First, the penalty rate equal to the amount of tax undercharged 100% accordingly. However, the Director General of Inland Revenue, in exercising discretionary powers, may consider a lower penalty of 45% to be imposed for the first offense. But for voluntary case, the penalty rates under Section 113 subsection 2 of the investment tax allowance are as follows table. First, 10% rate for within 60 days from the due date for submission of income tax return form. Second, 50.5% for more than 60 days but no later than 6 months from due date. Third, 35% for more than 6 months from due date submission. Next slide, about provision of reasonable facilities and assistance. Section 80, in 80 brackets 1A, the taxpayer is obligated to provide reasonable facilities and assistance to the Inland Revenue Board of Malaysia personnel when they are carrying out the field audit in the premise of taxpayer. First, a fine of RM1000 to RM10,000. Second, imprisonment for up to 1 year, or can get both. Continue. Next slide, about keeping of records. Section 82 subsection 1 in brackets A are very taxpayer carrying on a business shall keep and retain in safe custody sufficient records for as long as 7 years from the end of the year to which the business income or adjusted loss relates to. First, a fine of RM300 to RM10,000. Second, imprisonment for up to 1 year, or can get both.